but the aggressive lead in onto Thug, forcing him back. Now the side of Abfinum are ready to try and punish this. Anna already trying to head his way away from this, but Spartan's going to get the range for the telekinesis, but the combo's not there. Arrow from MNT is going to be off the mark, and in fact MNT could be in trouble with the roll forward and the Surge Strike. MNT brought down low, and that will be your first blood. Abfinum punished there for the lack of execution with that combo.
Yeah, that was a hard one to pull off. Also, the creep wave was just not in their favor. Radiant had so many more creeps than the Dire for that engagement.
First blood in the mid lane. Very nice for Anna, especially in this matchup where, as the panel mentioned, Thug could find himself having the edge with this hero-to-hero kind of comparison, TA versus Invoker. Now, Abfinum immediately looking for rotations yet again. Spartan's back towards the bottom lane, and maybe next time still hanging around just behind that his mid laner, just in case Thug needs assistance.
And Earth Spirit, that's actually his bottle that he picked up. I guess it's pretty nice when you don't have a middle laner that doesn't really pick up the runes all that often, and when you pick up an early kill like that. And he's doing very well in terms of level. Let's see if he can get the jump on Madara.
Madara will have rage, so if he feels pressured, should have the chance to use it, but at the least just trying to slow down this Lifestealer's farm at the moment. Madara and S4 both finding pretty much even farm on this top lane, and what has been for the most part a 1v1, but Jerax looking to change that around again. Yeah, going in, forcing Madara to rage and back off. But this pressure now allowing S4 to potentially catch up and overtake the Lifestealer's farm.
Yeah, he might be under a little bit of pressure on his tower. They TP down bottom. Jerax rolls in with the stun.
And Spartan goes immediately for the TP out. Is the damage going to be quite there? No, it's not. Skylark holding back the aggression with a good stun, allowing a Spartan to TP safely back to base.
I wonder how Madara is going to farm the top lane. It's going to get rougher and rougher, I think, as S4 gets more and more items. He does have a poor man shield. Maybe next time, perhaps setting up for an arrow. A very tough versus Invoker in the daytime. And he has a Force Spirit to block, but it's not really positioned that well for him right now. And maybe next time we'll also stack Ancients for the TA. Something we haven't seen too much is stacking and farming from both of these two teams.
Bottom, nice juke there with the arrow. And Jerax able to bottle himself up a haste rune. He's level 3. I mean, these rotations from Jerax already proving to be a little tricky for Abfinum to deal with. They've got to be scared of him. If he has that haste rune, if you're caught too far out on your lane, you'll be in a lot of trouble. And Abfinum realize that. They're going to send Thug forward as bait, and they do have the backup. They have the support ready to play against this lead-in if Jerax feels tempted to go for the initiation.
And Jerax sitting right behind them.
He's going to roll forward, catches onto Spartan. Spartan actually focusing down Anna, dragging him back. They're surrounded, but Anna looks like he'll be able to walk off. Gets kicked back by Jerax, who kicks Anna back to safety. And now Jerax with the chase down, looking to kill off the Rubik Spartan. He'll attempt to try and deny himself to Ancients, and he's going to be able to do it.
Oof, that was a tough one to pull off. Fly also TP'd in. What a nice kickback by Jerax to save Anna, and they haven't connected on any of those arrows yet, not even the one on the neutral creep.
And Skylark down bottom as well, able to get a nice bunch of XP there as he stole some of the last hits onto those creeps. They're going to make it go on to No-Tail. I know that he hasn't got teammates around. I'm going to fully commit here. And if they won't offer any further lockdown. Mid lane, makes it go on to Thug, flies there on the side with the Shadow Word. Thug in a lot of trouble. No way he can be saved as the Forge Spirit takes him out.
No points in Meld just yet. Probably know that because it's not that common of a build anymore. But they don't have vision on that side. They had the sentry ward in the mid lane, but they placed that observer ward right as nighttime hit so that the TA couldn't actually scout it out. So I think they don't know that observer ward is there, and the sentry ward is probably going to expire by the time they actually make that movement up the hill.
On top lane as well, Ben. It's worth looking at the CS between the two. I mean, Madara is having a fantastic time here. He's 41 against the 27 of S4, and he's consistently harassing this Legion out of the lane. Does this surprise you in this matchup?
Yeah, I think that most of the LCs that I've seen have done very, very well versus the Lifestealer. I guess maybe sometimes it's like a 2-on-2 situation.
Oh, MNC managed to fish for a nice arrow there. And again, top lane, S4's in trouble. He's got just enough of the heal and the movement speed. But this lane is being well and truly won by the Lifestealer, and immediately, yeah, S4 just pinging up top lane saying, I need backup. Can't deal with this Lifestealer on his own. He also getting a great start.
He is also level 6, so maybe he wants one of the supports to go up there and soak up XP while he looks for a dual gank. I think one on the next assassin might be very easy with the Sven setup. And let's see where S4 TPs to.
And with the phase boost pickup, that certainly seems likely.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll TP back top or not. Let's see. I think
He's going mid. He wants to make a play mid here with Jerax and Ana. See if they find it.
they'd have to probably punt him back on the Earth Spear, or at the very least connect with the boulder.
And we'll find the initial connection. Good kick back into the duel here. Beautifully played by Jerax. The Sunstrike will seal the deal. They'll find the kill. Scarlet comes across there with the level 6 rotation. Finds one. They do get something in return. Can they get themselves anything more? They surround S4, looking towards Ana. They haven't quite got the damage unless Matter could find this open wounds, and he does. They'll continue to chase. Ana has the open wounds slow, purged off him by S4. Good stuff from Skylark, locks it down, but the arrow misses. It doesn't matter though. They get the kill. Good Q here from S4, coming in with the overwhelming rods. One more item with the spike carapace. Skylark plays his way out of this all. No tail. Oh, it looked like he nearly missed him there. He was going the wrong way, but he just wanted to go for the maximum range Stormhammer for Flash and Flare. No tail will find that kill.
S4 is really spot on with his pressy attacks. And maybe next time, I think he's just having a lot of trouble connecting with the arrows. The Rubik setup it's not the easiest because it was a very low level Rubik and level 1 telekinesis, but they're not getting too much value out of this. So maybe he'll just choose to farm up a little bit more. He's level 5. And already diversifying a little bit with a 2-2-1 build. And Thug's already taking out a relatively big stack. This is an unexpected play from him because it's not usually where you expect the TA to be. Normally, he's doing the Ancients at this point. I just saw Jerax actually ping out on the Ancients, expecting the TA to be there.
I was going to say, talking about stacks, the Ancients is looking very tasty as well for this TA. But look at this, Skylark ready to make movements with Madara inside him and eyes onto Ana in the mid lane. They've got Jerax moving across. Jerax in a very vulnerable position. Skylark coming out with a surprise. Madara jumps forward and they'll take down Jerax. The rotation is successful. And this is a combo that OG had to be very, very scared of.
And now they're pinging out on the stacks. Skylark informing his team that there is a 4 stack over there for them to take out. And Thug already died twice, so he definitely needs that catch up from him. And Nyx Assassin already make the game a little bit more difficult for OG. Where are they going to place the sentries? Do they want to spend involved in the fights? How much can they stack with their supports? All these questions probably running through their mind. Fly is level 6 though, so you can easily sit behind Ana and wait for a gank. But is there even any gank coming?
Yeah, Motel at the moment has just had to be farming up in the jungle. Doesn't want to return to lane because of that combination that we've seen catch out Jerax and such. And Thug will now look to clear up this very, very large Ancient stack at 9.5 minutes in. And nothing that OG can do about it. They're actually looking towards the mid lane. They're trying to make something happen onto MNT.
They could have perhaps smoked up there, but they don't have vision, so they don't exactly know where Thug is. He was farming that left side camp, so like maybe they thought he was still around that area. It's too difficult to guess. Arrow doesn't connect, just on the Force Spear. No Tail blows his ultimate.
And looks like OG will get this tower with this push, so 10 minutes in. Good movement from OG as a team, they'll get the tower. That was an attempt for the deny there, but it's not going to happen against No-Tail as he takes the last touch. Able to finish his Ancient stack off safely though.
He thought about getting that boundary in, but he's scared. He's scared of even just dying to a Sunstrike, which is a very real possibility for him right now.
What's the play here for Abfinim this game? I mean, you're obviously up against this
You have a lot of picks with Invest Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, you need to. I mean, surely if this game starts to go on late, Ana with the Midas timing, No-Tail with the farm, late game it could become a bit of a nightmare for Abfinim to deal with.
Yeah, unless the TA gets like really, really big and the Invoker is kept under farmed, but it's always difficult to keep an Invoker under farmed. He already has his Midas, so he's already in pretty good shape, so this is what needs to happen constantly. Skylark and Madara just hooking up together, but they are also smoked up for heroes.
Do they have detection? They'll drop a sentry out, but Skylark immediately moving nicely down out of the way of that sentry, so they won't find it.
2 sentries.
Yeah, nice plays here from Skylark.
They kind of know where he is.
He kind of wants to go back in by the looks of it. I mean, Jerax coming around the sidelines, Skylark. He's out of the Vendetta, and they'll look to chase Jerax, but he immediately rolls away. And it looks like he'll be alright with TP Backer coming in as well. They won't be able to get that kill. They'll look for the courier though. Skylark nearly finding it. And Vendetta's still on cooldown for 10 seconds. He needs help.
They would love to be able to get this duel onto him, but he's just too far. Fly does not want to use his rock to slow him down. it's just a Nixus, and he will just walk away.
It's himself back to safety, so Adfinem avoiding a very nasty potential smoke gank. Getting out safely themselves. Net worth-wise still, as we can see, Thug TA at the top of the board. And also interesting to note as well, this game, No-Tail on his Fen, going for the armlet build. Do you like this? Is this just preferable for the amount of fights that we expect early on?
I think they expect him to be taking a lot of damage, and I think the extra armor from that and the extra HP is going to help him a lot versus Lifestealer. Like, Lifestealer has trouble killing heroes when they're at very, very low HP, because Beast is not that effective anymore. And this way, he can just be up all in their face all the time, and they don't have to wait for him to HOD farm and stack, where he might be vulnerable to a Nyx assassin.
Jarax coming across is going to get telekinesis by Spartan, dragged up to the high ground, stun onto No-Tail from Skylark, holds him back. Jarax rolling forward and dropping yet another sentry. The vision game is fantastic here from Mochi. They'll get the duel off, take down the Nyx assassin. Jarax isn't done, moves forward with the magnetized. Spartan and Madara ticking down low. Madara will be able to rage and get away with the arrow from MMT, holds Jarax underneath the tower. So Adfinem find a kill in return.
That's actually not that bad for them, considering that Rock was blown for that engagement. And Adfinem can continue to play greedily now that they know that 2 minutes and OG probably do not want to fight during this time. But now that they have the Blink Dagger on the LC, they can get more picks. And that plus Sunstrike, I think on probably any hero aside from the Lifestealer is going to be a guaranteed kill. Maybe not the TA either if she has Refraction up, but that's where Earth Spirit comes in. So comparing these two heroes' net worth, very, very even. Last hits, Thug has been neutraling a lot more. Ana been choosing to get a little bit more involved with 100% kill participation. A lot of it thanks to the Sunstrike.
Absolutely, I mean...
Skylark's ready again.
Yeah, he wants to find something here with Madara in tow, and he's making a beeline straight towards the bottom. Ana... he needs to go straight back up to the high ground, and he will do. He's already back. Oh no, he's coming back out. He's coming back out, he's coming outside the side of the Skylark. Does he go for this? He's tempted, they'll jump out and they'll find it. Have they got the detection? No, they haven't. Ana is going to be fine. Jarax kicks him away. Now it's Skylark that's in trouble. Jarax and Ana surrounding, and there'll be a TP across from S4. It says, come and give me that tasty, tasty plus damage, and they'll get it. 30 damage now on the Legion, 14 minutes in.
And Nyx Assassin, kind of prepared to die already, did buy a Staff of Wizardry. We don't see this too often from Nyx Assassin. I'm not sure how much gold he had, whether or not he had 1,000 and 1,200, but he still could be a Scepter first. Yules, I also think, is going to be pretty good for him. Dispel the Silence with Earth Spirit. Yeah. It's just not the typical build that you see. You don't see Yules first very commonly. Maybe if you're versus a Silencer.
Ancient stacks coming up again here for No-Tail. Eric's keeping good guard of them, as we saw Thug did just pick up his Deso. So this is going to be something that OG have to be very wary about when the TA starts to run at them. But at the moment, it looks like Thug pretty much set on just continuing to farm. I guess if you're a TA, you really want to get both the Blink and the Deso before starting to go for kills.
You want to get Roche. That's what you want to do. Like, TA, it just destroys Roche. If she can actually get in there and find some time. But yeah, generally you want your Blink and Deso before you actually start fighting. So now they control the pit a little bit. And the T1 down on the side of OG. It looks like they're grouped up, ready to smoke up. Fly does have Rock. They know it's around that time. The TA has been ready. And I don't see any of them trying to pop the smoke. Spartan's out alone. He could just get dueled up and immediately die.
But Adfinem did scan it. They know that this movement's coming in.
Oh, what a Moonlight Shadow. That popped that smoke. Now they know exactly where Radiant is. This Roshan is way too low to leave alone. 25% HP. And now the game of chicken continues. Oh, they're going to smoke around. Adfinem on the south side. Nyx Assassin with...
Ooh, and now there was a scan there, but it just came out off in time, so they don't actually get the scan connection. Adfinem could get a good movement. No-Tail's heading straight towards them. That's going to be the jump in immediately with the stun. Madara comes out as well, looking for the backliners, but Fly gets the chance to drop the rock down. No-Tail falling low. And can they finish him off with the Deso? They've got enough damage. By the looks of it, No-Tail's down. And now they're looking for more potentially. The Magnetize is doing quite a bit here to them. Boulder Smash with Jarax as well, holding them back. They'll lose Spartan. Good stun though from the high ground from Skylark holding them. They're looking for the bigger kills. They're trying to get Ana and S4. S4 trying to duke it out in the tree up, and then Bell damage from Thug is too much. And OG, they found Spartan, but they've lost both S4 and Fen. Okay, they've found a second. A nice little Sunstrike play from Ana to help attempt to even the fight off.
Easy regeneration rune.
It's 2 supports down, and Adfin managed to take down 2 massive cores and open up the map to go for Roshan. In fact, Skylark, with this Vendetta, he's
he could just at least block the rolling boulder if he expects a play from Jerax.
And there's Roshan gone. Skylark's trying to go for this, but there's a sentry down, and Jerax knows. Immediately rolls away, won't get caught out, but
What's very worrisome is that the Sven still died despite going for this heavy armor build. He went for double armor items and the armlet and the helmet dominator, and now he can obviously keep up his farm with the HOD, but he just died very easily to the life stealer and the TA. I think he got arrowed too that fight.
More money into the bank for No-Tail here with this stack, but because of the way that last fight went and the money that Thug was able to pick off, he has that blink complete. So we can expect to see flashier and flashier players come out from the TA.
As well as Ana, who is top of the net worth right now with the Midas, the BOT, Scepter coming out very, very shortly, and BKB probably in good order for the TA at some point in this game.
OG actually holding back, maybe prepared for Adfinum to try and make a bit of a movement across here.
They don't have Brock yet, so they don't really want to fight, and at the same time Adfinum infested yet again. And OG, they don't have any sentry wards down, but they are all huddled close to their T1 tower. And on top of that, he's got an Ogre Frost Mage for No-Tail, so now he's sitting at 26 armor without the Warcry. I think this is actually going to be a big deal if TA can't burst people down, and they're going to be slowed because of that Frost armor.
Skylark to make his way across. The sentry ward placement, though, very good for OG. Will make it very hard for Skylark to find the angle that he needs. Sentry down, but no obs in the area. So still going undiscovered. No-Tail, okay! Oh, he jumps back, looking for the backline, he's trying to get S4, making sure there's no jump in. Matter of focus is No-Tail, and No-Tail is kind of been split apart from the rest of his team because of this play, and that's the Sven down. Advin in there, beautifully breaking up OG.
Wow, Thug. He just walked up there. He's like, I know where everyone else is. That's because of the angle that the Sven came from. He doesn't have a point dagger, so when he just walks down from the Ancients, he expects the team to be sitting behind him. What a read from Thug.
Oh, no.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's four. Able to blink away just in time there. Good reactions. Adfinum getting a very early tier 2 here by the looks of it.
Oh, and Warcry stolen. That's nice. Level 4 Warcry.
Yeah, they'll take that. Tower
Very
down.
good against the duel. And Ana on the top side will keep split pushing, but no Nick Sesson is over there. Ana can turn around these team fights very easily.
He can, especially once he's got that Aghanims done. And he's only about, what, 1,000 gold away from that.
That's up to the Nick Assassin to control him, but it's going to be extremely difficult with no Blink Dagger up. Lifestealer, he doesn't need the Dezo nor the Blightstone because TA is the one that's going to be dishing out the majority of the physical damage and will apply that Desolator debuff. So I wonder what's next for him. He could go... not sure. AC is not that bad of an item if he just wants to tank up. S and Y I also think is pretty darn good. Looks like he bought a Hyperstone, so AC is probably the most likely option. Immediate smoke.
Ooh, OG did smoke up themselves, and it looked like it was a defensive smoke, ready to catch this sort of movement from Adfinum, but their smoke's now worn off, they've backed off. There'll be a scan, and Adfinum's going to know that they're in the neighborhood. Skylark leading the way. Can he get that jump? Fly would be a perfect target. Make sure they can take him out of the fight before the rock comes out. They get the vision. Telekinesis lifts him up. He's out. There's no chance of KRD offering, and Adfinum they're looking for more. Moving in onto No-Tail. Pulse the Ghost Strike starts to force them back, but indeed this stolen Warcry doing so much here for the side of Adfinum. OG just can't fight back into it though. Jumps forward, looks towards No-Tail, but they'll lose the TA. He's got the Aegis. A good duel from S4. Ends Madara. Thug play his way out of this one. They've got to be careful here, Adfinum. Forcing him away. Magnetai still sticking down. The jump forward from S4 is held back by the Spike Carapace on Skylark. MNT TP's away. Skylark should be able to escape as well.
Okay, that ice armor is very problematic. I think Sven would have died had that ice armor not been on him. I mean, there's not really too many ways to counter it. I guess you can counter it by like infesting the creep, or getting the Fusel Blade, or getting HOD of their own. But right now, like Sven does a lot of damage, but he doesn't have that much mobility, but it doesn't seem like they're able to kite him that well in the team fights because of Press the Attack. Press the Attack just lets Sven have so much uptime with his God Strength. So I'm not really sure how they address this issue.
And is this the kind of the best kind of play for OG at this moment? Just allow Ana to split the lanes out and just wait for Adfinum to come to them, because they know that with Adfinum's draft, with their lineup, it's Adfinum that are more reliant on finding kills in this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think going later into the game is going to be beneficial for OG. Like Duel plus Sunstrike is very solid at getting kills regardless of whether or not there's BKBs, and then Invoker is going to be a king of team fights once it goes later on to the game and he gets his Octarine.
That should help.
Again, with this freshly placed ward, Adfinum's going to know what's up around the Radiant Ancients. Jared's rolling forward, seeing if he can get a connection, and Adfinum.
Oh, Nyx Assassin, he is waiting for Ana. He does have a 4-step. Let's see how good Ana's reactions are.
Can he play into this one?
He's going to have to 4-step in and then stun and then pop out, and I think it's about time.
Yep, forward, goes for the stun, but oh no, he misses the stun!
And he is so fast.
Oh, he pays for that mistake, Skylark, and Madara could be in trouble as well. Raid's still on cooldown for 5 seconds, TP as well. Looks like with the Moonlight Shadow, he will be saved.
Ana is so fast with that, though. It's incredible reflexes from him to be able to pop Ghost Walk like that. And yeah, it seems like Nyx Assassin does need a dust.
Thug has got his BKB though. The money's there.
Yeah, with this he can kind of run at the Warlock. The problem is BKB won't stop him from the Legion Commander, nor will it stop the Rock. So they need to be able to kill the Warlock before the Rock comes in. And a lot of it is due to the Nyx.
Madara's actually going to get jumped upon him. Maybe a bit of a bait. Spartan moves forward, trying to help out the Lifestealer. He's going to live throughout the duel. Now looks to back up and run. Ana boxes over on top of the Chaotic Offering Golem. Looks towards Spartan. Spartan goes for the TP out. He's going to make it. Madara, can he survive here? Skylark's in the neighborhood, but the jump force from the S4 is there. And they chop down the Lifestealer.
I like the BOT on the Rock. It's very hard to stop, and it's pretty far away from the T1 tower. Adfinum thought that it was a pretty good fight for them to take, but they're losing more and more ground as OG's 5-man continues to oppress Adfinum. Roshan is up soon. I think that's going to be a bit of a break for Adfinum. They need more items. And they need the Mirana to also continue to get her Ags. 0 and 2, a little bit slow on that. Because she's missed a lot of arrows this game. But if she gets it around, 26, 27, that's not going to be so bad for her team.
At around that same time though as well, we should expect to see N0tail finish off his BKB.
Yeah, N0tail he is really strong in his team fights, and like as a life stealer, you can't just, if you run away from the spin, you're not going to be doing any damage at all, because you're going to have to use your rage like super early on in the fight because of the Earth Spirit silence and because of the Invoker. So like at some point he's going to have to deal with this Fen, but like N0tail's build is so good at dealing with the life stealer and the TA. He is more than willing to man fight.
And this is going to be very, very hard for Adfinum to fight into and bring down these cores, as you mentioned. They do need these further item pickups. I mean, for Thug, what do you feel that's going to be? What is the damage item that he'd look to go for this game?
Daedalus.
Daedalus.
Or Bloodthorn. I've seen Bloodthorn a decent amount. It's okay at killing the Invoker, but I think the Nyx Assassin also needs more items, because like without a blink it's very unreliable, and he like keeps dying in these fights because he isn't able to escape. I think the blink will allow him to continue to get more items as well as get better initiations. Then of course you want to Scepter just like last game. Constant mana burns on the Invoker makes his life hell.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
OG now with the smoke ready to go.
Spartan is ready to pop it. They ping him out.
And this could be one of those timings that catches Adfinum out, because if they're keeping track of the Chaotic Offering, they'll know it's not there, and they're going to make this move immediately in with the duel, catching out the TA and Thugs down. They're going to lose more potentially. A good Tornado to clip Skylark. They'll surround Spartan, who turns around with a stolen Tornado, but N0tail with the BKB continues to chase down. In fact, Spartan, can he live? He's been dusted up. The Shadow Word ticking him down low, holds back the Sven with a telekinesis, tries his best, but he still ends up ticking down to that Shadow Word damage.
And 3 heroes dead. They cannot stop the blink duel into the infernal combo, and Madara
could be in trouble. Rolled in upon.
No duel yet.
He's hiding.
Uh-oh, that range creep is working against him.
Oh no, not the range creep. Oh, yep. Goodbye. Nothing to see here. Oh, there we have. Jump forward. Madara continues to try and run. 5 seconds until the duel comes back off cooldown. Tries to slow down S4 with the open wounds. Good silence, good stun. MNT trying to come across and help, but the duel into the Sunstrike there. He's out. Chaotic offerings drop. LG OG, they're not done. They want to look for more here. MNT slowed down by the ice wall. They'll find themselves the Mirana kill, and now Skylark's in trouble as well. Jump forward for Jarek. Oh, the smash! It hits both of them. Jarek's there, enabling OG to get the team wipe, bringing Advenom to the floor.
OG smelling blood in the water as they push down this T2 at Venom. They've just lost team fight after team fight after team fight. Their heavy cores just aren't itemized to deal with the duel. And Ana is just continuing to
and Thug jump forward. We'll put the BKB. Jarek's forced to back off. Notel trying to go for the Sunstrike. Ooh, he's got the refraction back up.
Wow, that was close.
That was, I think there was a millisecond in it. But they will potentially lose the race here at Venom. OG coming in with a very strong push. Melee ranks down in the mid lane, 27 minutes in. OG off to a flying start here in this game, 18-9.
27-minute Rex.
Oh, let's see. That's going to be a good arrow timing. And with the Starstorm, he should be able to find this. Oh, yeah, he will. No chance for a Shadow Word.
They know they have to take Roche right now. Their timeline is getting cut short because of how many heroes they've killed on the side of Advenom. And yeah, Invoker is getting really nasty. So
I mean, this was just a beautiful play from Jarek's, really, wasn't it? Just setup after setup. The rock comes through, and you know, just this kick as well. We'll see in a minute when it not only clips one, but it clips Spartan as well. Bam, straight across, hits both targets, setting up for that final finishing kill. Beautiful stuff for him.
Yeah, that was 30.
I do get the Roshan though. Advenom, find the space. Aegis is on Thug.
I really like the No-Tails build in this series. Like first the Ags on the Luna, and then this game the like very heavy armor because they don't have that much diversification in their damage. Now that the Mirana has Scepter, he has to be worried a little bit, but I don't know. He has such a strong cast behind him that I don't really think he's worried to dying about magic damage. The point is that he can stand up against a Lifestealer. He doesn't have to back away during the rage. And it's part of the reason why Advenom banned out Terrorblade, naturally high armor hero, but luckily for OG, there are plenty of other substitutes.
And a lot of substitutes that Notel is very comfortable in playing. Ooh, Jarek's really catching out MNT there on that bottom lane. Roll slightly off angle. And it will just be the push from Advenom. They tried to finish off this tier 1 earlier, they'll go for it now. And we'll see if they get any trouble with it. OG, they do have Chaotic offering back online. Skylark's already there, preparing for potential TP through. And we'll spot out S4, making a movement up towards the lane. S4's got to be careful how close he comes, because a good stun will allow Thug to jump in, close the gap, and take the Legion Commander out of the fight. Anna's trying to come forward, though, with the setup, dropping the Ice Wall. Will get stunned up. Good Chaotic offering, though, onto 3. The Meteor as well is going to bring him down with the BKB out from Thug. Starts to force down a back. He has to be careful, though. Notel coming around on the back lines, chopping down Spartan. Both will blink away. Madara in trouble. The Boulder Smash keeping him at the range of Notel's sword. Double kill for Notel, and it may not be over yet. Skylark in trouble, Notel jumps forward, triple kill for the Sven. Notel, one of the star performers really of today in both this series and EG, the matchup that OG had against them.
Yeah, now he can go for more utility items as he's already shored up his armor. And yeah, you saw the BKB TA just have to run him. She has Aegis, mind you, but they know that this Sven's almost impossible to kill. They have to kite him. They probably need more Force Staffs. I guess maybe one of the Mirana, even before a Blink Dagger, would also really help them out. And unfortunately for Spartan, he's in the area where he really wants a Blink Dagger, but I don't know if he's going to be able to afford one by the time that OG comes storming down. Rubik's poor.
He really is. He's suffering this game. Still chance and time to pick it back up. There's a Blink Dagger done on maybe next time. So
they're waiting.
They're waiting for that jump forward. Maybe next time seems to be a little wiser to that. There's Notel continuing to just steal the camps from Advenom's side of the map, making sure that he remains high up on that net worth board. Still rivaled by Thug's TA, who is slightly ahead of Notel. Anna, of course, at the top with the Midas and the split pushing farm that he's been able to get.
And Anna's also gone for a more offensive build. More defensive build with the plate mail and the Lincoln Sphere. Octarine's a very offensive build, but he already has to deal with the Rage on the Lifestealer and the BKB on the TA, as well as the next Assassin. So I think it's okay that he goes for this sort of build. More armor, so he doesn't get two-shot by the TA.
And that could happen with that Daedalus complete on Thug. It's going to get very, very messy if Thug gets his hands on some of the weaker backliners of OG. Now, and indeed, an interesting build from Notel. He's going to pick up the Orchid, so working towards
the Bloodthorn.
The Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn's incredibly good versus the Lifestealer and the Nyx Assassin. You don't have to pop your BKB when you go on the Nyx if you have the Bloodthorn. And Lifestealer has no way to get out of silence. He pops his rage a little bit late, he is dead. And then they'll just drop the rock and things will be history from there. So it's so hard for Advenom to take a fight though. Warlock is safeguarding everyone else and then press the attack. Stops their Infest Bomb combo. And Warcry also, I think, just stops most of their damage.
Yeah, they've got so many tools to stop what Advenom are trying to do in these fights. As you've mentioned, just the itemization, drafting has made total sense here from OG here in this game 4. And Advenom still, I need to find an answer to it. Double damage is picked up on Thug. And with this Daedalus, the push could get a little messy. And with the tower standing as it is, it looks like OG will let this one go. So Advenom should be able to pick this one up with no trouble at all. Skylark already seeing if any stragglers come in to look for a sort of a defense. But Notel, Jerax keeping themselves safe and sound up on the high ground.
Yeah, they know where he is.
Thug wants to move in for more here. He's actually going to walk straight up into them. Takes a silence and a stun to the face. Skylark will try and attempt to help him out there with the stun. It isn't going to clip onto anyone. Jerax now jumps forward with the Magnetize. MNC with the Starstorm bringing the Earth Spirit down low. The Spike Carapace for holding back Jerax. Advenom now on the retreat. The Dust will find maybe next time. He will be the one beaten down upon. So OG, take 2.
That's kind of one of those moments where you have like 20 seconds left on Aegis and you really want to use it, but it's just not a good idea because of the Invoker. Invoker can stall you out so long, and you don't want to pop your BKB going in there, or they'll just crush your entire team as you retreat. Gem picked up on Jerax. They're very comfortable with the pace the way it's going, with the pace of the game. And I think they're just super confident in each and every team fight. As long as the Warlock doesn't die very early on, they're perfectly okay.
And with the smoke, they may just find themselves a kill. Skylark's coming across. They have got the vision on Jerax. Immediate jump in with the duel. Skylark's going to go down. Can they get themselves anything more? Good silence from Notel. On to the lifesteal to make sure there's no chance for a rage from Madara. The counting offering stun. Chaining him up as well. Focusing on the backline though with Spartan. They managed to cut down onto the Warlock. There'll be a buyback from Skylark. They're looking to try and turn this one around, but the jump in there onto Thug. Thug taken down as well. He's out for 80 seconds. Spartan is also going to suffer the price as Notel picking yet again up another triple kill.
It's one of those games where you just feels so useless as a Lifestealer. Any target you open wounds gets pressed the attack, and they just have so much armor on the Sven that it's one of the, like, you just run away while you're magic immune. That's really sad. You can't do any damage.
Oh my goodness, Notel playing so beautifully aggressive, jumping forward, forcing Advenom back away from this advance. As OG start to hammer down onto the tier 3. Okay. Jerax there with Anna getting the kill on Spartan. They'll clean up a second set of racks 34 minutes in.
Spartan thought he was safe. He dodged the Sunstrike and didn't see the other 2 spells coming.
My goodness, looks like some mercy may be given from OG for now as they will retreat. They might even find a kill off the back of it. MNC has to be so careful. A blink and a silence from Notel could spell disaster. It's now a completed Bloodthorn. Immediately getting out. Looks like he should be fine. Actually saying that Fly's got dust. JK tries to TP out, but here comes S4. Fight me, he says. Oh, this is kind of seeming to be an ode back to game 1 and 2 where it turned out to be a little bit of the OG show, Ben.
Definitely so. And Advenom, they have to get, I suppose, next Aegis is one of their few chances of winning this game and coming back from this huge deficit that they brought themselves into. And Nyx Assassin needs far more items. He's had that 4th step forever, and I don't think they're going to win this late without the help of an Ags. And items aren't flowing out of plenty. No Bounty Hunter on their side, no Midases, no stacks. Very little going their way.
Aussie, meanwhile, for the side of OG, big pickups. Yule's done on Jerax, Octarine complete on Anna, who's been having an absolutely incredible game on the Invoker. Perfect farm, perfect presence in this team fights.
They've been relying way too much on the Nexus Assassin ganks. Like, he's been running around with the lifesteal inside him for a large part of the game. But OG, they're just sticking to the game plan that they were in game number 1 and 2. Just stick together. Gem.
So hard for Adfinum to find that lead in. As you mentioned, with that combo, OG potentially preparing to fight again. Chaotic Offerings back up. They could meet each other in the river. Spartan comes across, but Notel immediately jumps in. That gets forced back. Spartan surrounded by OG. Chopped down. Notel will be held back by an arrow, so unlikely that OG find anything more out of this. But again, it's just OG moving where they want on the map, and Adfinum struggling to do anything about it.
Maybe he can start here. Skylark going for a play on
He does have Dust. And he get this kill in time, jumping out with Madara. The Lincolns will be popped, but there's backup. Jerax comes forward, and Madara just immediately rages and TP's out. He realizes he's not getting this kill. Jerax rolling forward, though tries to jump forward, but Jerax immediately picks back out of return. And there's this one with the duel. The Sunstrike, the backup from Notel, thugs out. Look at Skylark as well, and OG moving up to the high ground and ready to try and claim mega creeps at 37 minutes in.
My god, Jerax on this Earth Spirit.
You don't let that boy have Earth Spirit if you want to win games. Chaotic Offerings laid down. Madara in trouble. He'll infest, keeping himself alive for the time being. They'll run, they'll try and hide. Madara caught out again by Jerax, jumps forward with the boulder smash. And GG is called. Your champions are OG. Notel, like they've won 3 majors. It's an incredible feat. Adfinum giving us a real absolute cracker of a final series. Game 3 in particular will go down as one of the best games of Dota played at a live LAN event in a while. But OG, I mean, these guys are absolutely amazing. They're incredible.